Go ahead. I'm listening.
Three
Here to see
blessings
the
to you,
castle.
Cyrodiil.
It is truly a pleasure to see you. Have you heard of the Wayrest painter Neil Gemont? He's famous. Came in with King Helseth's entourage, so I heard, seeking exotic inspiration for his work. He set up a workshop in his house next to the Mages Guild here in Old Ebonheart. Emilia Viscici, one of the local guards, has been trying to commission a painting from him. Our city is an important trade hub and a haven for imperial citizens and settlers. Here tradesmen band together in local guild halls and abolitionists speak openly in the streets, free from persecution. Sure, we have our share of paupers and miscreants down by the docks, but altogether our city is safe and prosperous. Just compare that to the native dark elves. Their bickering clans know nothing of peace.
You're imagining things.
Have you managed to cure Fotis's curse? He's babbling nonsense at anyone who dares speak with him, and no, that isn't normal for him. I'm no alchemist, but I believe an exclusive restore willpower potion might cure him. Have you any news?
I see this land suits you.
Come on.
Keep moving, scum.
Hold still.
Welcome to Morrowind's Ebony Heart, citizen. Long may its walls brandish the ruby banner. Good tidings, friend. How might I help a fellow citizen of the Empire? Warm day to you.
Well met.
Hello?
It's always a pleasure, Elios. Do you have any more literature for me to transcribe? To what do I owe the honor, Dunmer? Good to see you, Elios.
These books are so
As you can see, I've been
fascinating,
very
Elios.
engrossed in
Please bring me
copying
more
these
of them.
books. Take your time and absorb some of your literature.
How are you today?
He's standing right there.
Hurry up, I haven't all day. Were your parents kin, or does lack of wit running your family? For you, perhaps both. Fotis begins coughing. Filthy. Wretch. I can finally speak for myself. I don't recognize you, but you must find the witch Marja Sikora. I failed to slay her and barely escaped with my life after she cursed me. Go to the cave of Git, east of the city, past Serinthal in the mountains. Find her and free me from this fate. Ah, is that Gar I smell, or just a opening their big mouth?
Please, go ahead, Outlander. I'm listening.
Have you managed to cure Fotis's curse? He said he was cursed by a witch. Find her and get her to lift the curse from Fotis. That should be near the Sundered Scar. Afraid no one here knows that place as well as Fotis does. Ask around in Dondrel, a village southeast of Old Ebonheart. They might know better. Have you any news?
Hey, care to talk? You're a welcome break from the locals.
Welcome, friend. We extend you our warm...
It would be a pleasure to do business.
Care to trade?
Three blessings
Speak
to you,
freely,
Cyrodiil.
traveler. We're all fellow citizens within these walls.
What brings you here, Dunmer?
Emperor, King, and Justice. Emperor, King, and Justice.
Stay out
blessings,
of my busy
Sarah.
now. What do you need? Haven't heard of that name. Serinthal, though, I've seen. It is an infirmary of the temple, an old Velothi tower where they recover from their wounds and worries. That place is due north of here, but it's isolated. Leave Dondrel through the eastern gate, then follow the road and take a turn left. You should pass near an egg mine, but you'll need to get off the road onto a rocky path and cross a few rope bridges. If you go there, be considerate. They aren't expecting too many visitors. An outlander in my home. What's this village coming to? Please, if you're here about Lord Inderil Ilvi's bounties, then just say so. The chapel estate of Roadir often issues bounties for escaped slaves or known thieves and highwaymen. Hetmen such as myself make the available bounties known to the general public, and anyone can pursue to collect a bounty. Rewards for bounties can be collected from any hetman in the chappery of Roadir. I have a bounty to offer for Nirmeni Ionis. She's been robbing pilgrims on Veloth's path east of Omithur. Highwaymen on major roads are nothing new, but for someone to attack innocent pilgrims so close to the chapel of Rodir is an outrage that Lord Indoril Ilvi cannot have. Nermani Ineth must die. Foris Odathil, a commoner, reportedly saw her latest attack. Foris's home is on Veloth's path, southeast of Rodir. Perhaps you should speak with him.
Count only the happy.
Where is my relief? Late as usual.
Yes, what is it?
Filthy sweat!
I enforce both Indoral customs and Imperial law.
This is the end of you, Swit! You will suffer greatly!
Happy to help. What's your problem?
You must be well-traveled, Outlander, or very lost to find such an out-of-the-way corner of Morrowind. We are Velk herders. Straight east of here, on top of that gray ridge, even somewhat on the other side. You can see the scar from there.
Happy to help. What's your problem?
Watch your step.
Foodus. Was he the brute who knocked over my ingredients and tracked mud into my cave? I'm sure Valbon is having a great time inside him. He thinks I'm a witch? Ha! I am Marja Sikora, the greatest alchemist this side of the Thur. I'll make a deal with you. If you agree to find out who placed a bounty on my head, I'll give you a potion to cure your precious Foetus, and I'll even train you in alchemy, for a price. Excellent. Take this potion and force it down his throat. Be ready for a battle. I can't think of any Daedra who likes being evicted forcibly. Come back when you find out who wanted me dead so badly.
Have you managed to cure Foetus's curse?
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely.
Come on, I haven't got all day, you know. Like a fly to dung, this cannot get enough of me. Begone, pitiful fly, you spent enough time here. What kind of vile liquid is this? I am being forced from this mortal's body. Sikora, you promised me.
You grow weak.
How are you?
I cannot thank you enough. For days I have been tormented by that beast running through my head, making me say all sorts of ridiculous things. This can't be allowed to continue. When you got that potion, did you put an end to Marja Sikora? Have you put an end to her? Well, what are you waiting for? I'm sorry it has to be this way, but rules are rules. Someone important hired us to do the job, and you've been tasked with completing it. Besides, every second we delay is another second for her to get revenge on me, or you, and I wouldn't wish that curse on anyone. I don't like you asking about our contracts, just worry about completing them. As for this contract, I don't know who placed it. This one was delivered by Rathis Madalvel some days ago. It's probably from someone in Narcissus.
You can speak freely, friend to friend. Foetus is now cured of his curse. Sorry. This needs a warrior I know I can rely on. Focus on your skills and advancement within the guild, and check back when you have the rank of swordsman. Perhaps Foetus downstairs has something for you. Otherwise, check with Nera's Hardal in the Andafrin, Jabaska in Almasthur, or Lalalvo Irano in Akamora.
Names. I need names. Who wanted me dead? Foetus wants me dead. Understandable. Daedric possession is very painful, I assure you. What if you were to take my broomstick as proof of my demise? I'm not a witch, mind you. It has no purpose to me, besides clearing out the occasional cobweb. Does that sound agreeable to you? Take this back to the fool. Tell him I put up quite a fight, but I was no match for such a brave warrior. That should sate him.
Oh, that robe makes me look like a house.
You've made your last mistake. Give in. Thief.
standing right there.
I'd be happy. Have you put an end to Marja Sikora? Have you put an end to her? I remember that broom from her cave. She waved it around quite menacingly. That's good enough proof for me. You've done what I could not. Never let your guard down as I did, and you'll go far here. Take this as a reward. My family's special brew, diluted so you commoners can appreciate it. And don't forget, watch out for witches. I need you to take care of rats in Aurelia Draconis's house. Just who I was looking for. The Fighters Guild's premier rat exterminator extraordinaire. I have a report of rats in Aurelia Draconis's house, here in Old Ebonheart. She lives down the road east of here. Between you and me, I don't think she's all there anymore. You'll see what I mean. Take care.
Hello there. How are you?
Three blessings to you, Cyrodiil.
Have you come here to deal with the rats, my dear? Oh. Come in out of the snow, my dearest. I wouldn't want you to catch another cold. The last time that happened, you laid in bed perfectly still for weeks. Ah, there's that noise again. Those rats in my walls have been causing such a racket that my nephew in Anvil sent me a letter complaining about the noise. Is that why you've come to visit? Splendid. You'll find the door downstairs unlocked. Speak freely, friend. Are you here about the rats again? Don't tell me it's been Wynn this whole time. Winnan is the large black webby fellow that lives in my back room. I think they called her a Velk or something like that. Has she been making all that noise? She's been nice enough to sweeten up my tea with her nectar whenever I ask. If that scrib of a man Jinor, Dolby hadn't raised his prices, I wouldn't have to keep Wynn at all. Pay me. I suppose I could switch to sugar, but those import taxes are outrageous. Be free, Winnan. I've got all the sugar in the world thanks to... Go tell that old Fotis you've done well. Between you and me, I don't think he's all there anymore mentally.
He's standing right there.
So good to see you.
Have you handled Aurelia Draconis's rat situation? Aurelia has stopped mentioning rats in her letters, so I'll assume you've done it. Great job. Take this weapon in case you run into any more rodents in your travels. Are you ready for more orders? Aurelia has been sending letters again. She is seeing ghosts now. Well, like I said, Aurelia is seeing ghosts now. Are you getting sloppy, or is Aurelia further gone than I thought? Before you answer that, stop by her house and make sure she's okay.
Count Olaf.
I wish this rain would stop.
You've come here just in time. Do you see the ghost here in my house? Do you see him? That wispy Dunmer fellow in the corner. I never got his name, but he arrived shortly after I had my last bit of nectar, and he's refusing to leave. Remind him this isn't a tavern. I got no room for guests. He doesn't seem to want to talk to me.
Die! You Enwa!
You've come here just in time. Do you see the ghost here in my house? Well, what did that spirit fellow have to say? Dondril. Oh, I've always wanted to visit there. My great-great-great-uncle Constantius fought a great battle there. Dondril is in Hammerfell, right?
Emperor, King, and Justice.
I'm not sure I even like the taste of Velp tea. I'm not sure why I bothered buying it. Netch leather tea tastes just fine.
Hello? I don't believe I've seen you in Dondril.
Yeah. What's this? Why have you brought this woman in here? I see. I'm not one to argue with the spirits. Even if an excess of Velk nectar was involved, here's a reward for fulfilling your end of the bargain.
Whatever you want.
Yes. Thank you
Within
for bringing
reason.
me here. I'm sure they'll treat me just fine. Now how does that song go? Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red.
fallen for the last
How
time.
are you?
Have you dealt with the ghost in Aurelia Draconis' house? I haven't gotten a letter from Aurelia in a few hours, so I assume you've done it. Bravo! I don't care what other payment you've received. Not having to deal with her anymore is worth every septim. Sorry, I've got no more work for you. Check with Shanoga upstairs.
With pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Sorry. This needs a warrior I know I can rely on. Focus on your skills and advancement with... Ready? I was clearing out some of our old contracts and found one that even predates my career here. An influential family paid us a large amount of gold up front to retrieve the remains of their ancestor Constantius, who is believed to have died centuries ago somewhere in Morrowind. We must find the remains of Constantius and also attempt to determine how he died. No one thus far has been successful. But if you can find anything from him, we might be able to solve this. Start by checking caves and tombs on the River Thur. Really? That's amazing. I knew that Velk Thief was good for something. Manum Nabi is a cave on the Thur, almost directly south of here in northwest of Felms Ithul. To think the truth was this close for so long.
Such good company. Welcome.
Hello there. How are you?
I see I stand in good company. What can I do for you?
May I help you?
The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
Filthy sweat! Enwa! Die! 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 Keep moving, scum. Stupid! You will suffer greatly!
Have you found any trace of Constantius? The note mentions Lenwyn Barotar. That was Constantius's companion, in the stories I've read at least. If that scrap is legitimate, then it was written by Constantius himself. I'm not sure who the stranger they mention is, and I can't read their next location either. Still, you did great work. Let me know if you're ready for your next task. I'm sure you'll never guess what it is. We should continue searching for the remains of Constantius. Your next task is to follow up on that journal page. Head up to the Imperial Library in the Ebon Tower and see if they can read that smudged location. I told them about the progress you've made, and they've agreed to help. Hopefully they can point you to Constantius. It's part of the Ebon Tower Palace. Enter the Great Hall and take the first door to your left.
Three blessings to you, Sylvia.
Serve the Emperor and the Emperor's law.
Please, by all means, I'm listening. You must be the one Sharnoga was talking about. I heard you found something written by Constantius. I'd love to see it. Let's see. Based on the width of his lettering and the average spacing between letters, while tracing his estimated route through known areas existing in his lifetime, I'd say he was headed to Teknilashashalpi. It's a Daedric shrine east of here in the Sundered Scar. Big Daedric shrine. Lots of angry cultists. Good luck. Teknilashashalpi is a large Daedric shrine in the Sundered Scar. It's hard to miss. Follow the road east from Dondril until you enter the Scar. Once you pass over the mountain range that divides it from Antheron, turn to the north. The shrine should be close enough.
Greetings. Gooder, that one. What shall Strictly by the book. About? Greetings. What shall we talk about?
3 blessings, Sarah.
Can you ask your question quickly? I must be going.
Filthy sweat! Filthy sweat!
It's always a pleasure, Elios. Do you have any more literature for me to transcribe?
So good to see you.
Is there something you need? So clumsy.
First we greet, then we do business. What was that?
Three blessings, Sarah.
I enforce both Indoral customs and Imperial law. I enforce both. I don't like it, but order the order.
This is the end of you, Swit! Die!
This is the end of you, Swift!
Fetcher.
This is the end of you, Swift! You will die! You will suffer greatly! You will die!
Hello?
Best to steer clear of the Velk, or anything related to the Velk for that matter. The Indoril don't like it. Their retainers don't like it either. Gavar's the name. I'm a Velk herder, and a porter, and whatever else the lords in Doril would have me be.
Whatever you want. Within reason.
Keep moving, scum. You Enwa! This is the end of you, Swit!
This book is a historical account of the development of Dwemer law and custom from its roots in High Elven culture. In short, so far as I am able to trace the order of development in the customs of the Bosmeri tribes, I believe it to have been in all ways comparable to the growth of Altmeri law. The earlier liability for slaves and animals was mainly confined to surrender, which, as in Somerset Isles, later became compensation. And what does this matter for a study of our laws today? So far as concerns the influence of the Altmeri law upon our own, especially the Altmeri law of master and servant, the evidence of it is to be found in every judgment which has been recorded for the last 500 years. It has been stated already that we still repeat the reasoning of the Altmeri magistrates, empty as it is to the present day. And I will quickly show how Altmeri custom can be followed into the courts of the Dwemer. In the laws of Kandar Watch, PD 1180, it is said, "If one who is owned by another slays one who owns himself, the owner must pay the associates 3 fine instruments and the body of the one who his owned." There are many other similar citations, and the same principle is extended even to the case of a centurion by which a man is killed. If, at the common workbench, one is slain by an animunculi, the associates of the slain may disassemble the animunculi and take its parts within 30 days. It is instructive to compare what Dark has mentioned concerning the rude beasts of the Tenmar forests. If a marsh cat was killed by an Argonian, his family were in disgrace till they retaliated by killing the Argonian, or another like it. But further, if a marsh cat was killed by a fall from a tree, his relatives would take their revenge by toppling the tree and shattering its branches and casting them to every part of the forest.
You will suffer greatly!
Hello?
It's wonderful to see you again. I've been sorting and studying these texts. Have you...
So good to see you.
Greetings, citizen. I'm Clagius Clandler. Welcome to Balmora. We're a House Lalu town and loyal citizens of the Empire. What can I do for you? If I don't have it in stock, it doesn't exist.
Welcome, adventurer. Looking for an equalizer?
To what do I owe this pleasure?
Welcome, Welcome.